Get in. Get in.
Get in.
Get in.
Get in.
Get in.
Get in.
Get in. Get in.
Get in, Ōtepoti!
Welcome to Get in Ōtepoti, and it's my very special pleasure to introduce two former alumni of the University of Otago who I met there, but who are going to be returning to Ōtepoti, Dunedin, to perform their show No No No. Welcome to Reva and Ella. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
Whereabouts are you?
We're in Ella's bedroom at our flat in Pornicare.
Yes.
Yes, and I understand that is also the centre of operations for your production company.
Very much so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
think,
bringing your show No 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 to the Dunedin Fringe. A very special year for Fringe this year. 25 years it's been running.
Yeah.
Tell us a wee bit about the show that you're bringing and how it got started and what its iterations have been.
So I wrote the show. I started writing it as just like a 10-minute piece for Centrepoint. They do like a little play workshop thing. And Nathan Joe was my mentor and he was very helpful. And when I saw it read there, I was like, this could be a thing. I really like what this is, and I have more to say about this topic. And so I was like, Reva, you know how we've always talked about having a production company? How about we put this show in New Zealand Fringe and also start our production company at the same time? Like maybe 2 months out. And I had like 10 minutes of this script that had to be an hour. So we just kind of were like, we'll pitch it to Bats, and if Bats wants it, then we'll do it. But probably it's too late. And then Bats were like, yeah. And we were like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I've got to write this full script, which I did before we started rehearsals. And then, yeah, we did the show in Fringe. It went really well. And we were like, this show kind of deserves more lives, I think. So we were like, let's do a tour, and managed to make it happen and wanted to bring it back to like where we started doing theatre and where we have like a loved theatre community. So bringing it back to Ōtepoti, and yeah, we're doing it.
So obviously you don't want to give away what your show's about, but we get that. But can you maybe just give us a sense of what we might expect from No No No?
Yeah, I was really fascinated by AI, artificial intelligence, as I think it's on everyone's minds, and doing a lot of research into that. But I was also thinking a lot about like relationships and the people we become in breakups or relationships ending, and how we're kind of different versions of ourselves. So I kind of took those two themes and mushed them together and used kind of the metaphor of AI and cloning and a lot of futuristic elements to just explore the deeper parts of human relationships. So yeah, it's like, it is a comedy. It's a dark comedy, I would call it. It's trying to be like very, very truthful and show the kind of honestly ugly parts of people, but also the beautiful, interesting parts. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of scary. It's a scary show.
It is.
Because of the reality of humans, but also the element of AI kind of creeping in on us. It's set like 50 years in the future, so
yeah,
I got to kind of play around with
somewhere.
Yeah, 2073.
Yeah. Hey, it's interesting, isn't it, that with the AI, because I just see that the Chinese company DeepThink just released a new AI, which is kind of faster and simpler than ChatGPT. It's moving at a real rate, and the fact that you talk about that your show's about the real truth and reality of being human, all the good things and the not so good things, the dark and the light side. Do you think people are open to hearing that message when they're just completely surrounded by artificial things that make everything cute and nice?
I think I think the way that it's done in this play is like with a lot of curiosity and empathy about what that actually could look like. And it's far more advanced AI than I suppose we have now. And it's like the reality of being kind of terrified of that, but also that in a way, artificial intelligence is a natural progression of humanity. And like you can be afraid of that or you can be stoked about it. And I'm like more afraid than anything else. But I wanted to just kind of cut through the kind of like fear-mongering part of AI and just really examine like what would it look like if we had clones of ourselves walking around? And what would it do to our human relationships and to our human selves? So, yeah, people have had all sorts of reactions to it so far.
And the reactions that you got when you did it at the New Zealand Fringe, I think it was February last year, how much of that feedback has changed what we're going to see in Ōtepoti?
Honestly, we got very good feedback. The script itself hasn't changed a lot, but the production has changed quite a bit. Just because we have a new director this time, so there's new lens, and one of our actors is new as well. So there is kind of new things happening. But honestly, the feedback we got was like, this is great, do it again.
So take us through who is in your show. Is there four actors, and tell us a wee bit about your director.
Sure. So we have Ella playing Nono, and who is the human in this play. And we have Isaac Martin playing Billy. Billy. He's playing Billy. That's who he's playing. That's all we'll say. And they are both from the original version in the 2024 NZ Fringe season.
Yeah.
We also have another OG 2024 Fringe season human, Indigo Paul, playing Nono
as well.
There's lots of no-nos.
Yeah.
So Indigo is a fantastic, beautiful, wonderful actor and writer. And so she's joining us again. And then we have Daniel Martin, who is playing Billy as well, and he is joining us for the 2025 Fringe season and our South Island tour. And he is gorgeous and wonderful.
He's Ihaka's brother, so it's a family affair.
And did Tia co-direct with you last year?
So me and Tia co-directed the first version of No for NZ Fringe. And now we have I've stepped down from doing directing and I'm just producing and production managing because we're doing a big tour and it's a lot of work. And now we have the beautiful Jen Maybe, who is one of Ali Boo's darling friends from her master's in playwriting course. And she's a freaking awesome actress, director, writer, and just general badass. She's now a part of our wee company and one of our awesome company artists. And she's just a delight. It's been so cool watching her.
Just
take over the reins
you've kind of referred to the fact that you're sort of touring around and like you say, producing. It's quite a job. I had my very first proper producer when I did 12th Night last year, and it was like a dream come true. It was amazing just to have someone say, yep, that's done. That's all taken care of. So tell us about whereabouts are you taking this this show other than Ōtepoti?
Yeah, so we are taking it to quite a few places, which is exciting. We start at Ōtepoti Fringe on the 19th, 20th, and 21st of March at the Globe.
Yeah.
And then we're then going up to Oamaru, and we'll be doing a show at the Inkbox Theatre at the Opera House on...
That one's for my grandma because she lives in Oamaru, and she always said, you have to come to a show at the Opera House. And I was like, what? But we're making it happen.
Yeah. We've made it happen.
Your roots. Good job.
Exactly.
Well done,
exactly. Yeah. And then we are popping up to Timaru, and we're doing one show there, a wee hall version of No No No, which will be slightly different from the other versions, but mostly because we're just working with the reality of what we've got space-wise. Yeah. And then we have a season at Little Andromeda in Christchurch for 3 nights, and we then head up to Kaikoura. We're doing a show at the Mayfair Theatre in Kaikoura, which will be really cute and really fun because they also double as like a cinema. So
yes, because
there'll be a movie playing. Yep. There'll be a movie playing, and then we come in and do our show and whip out. And then we finish in Nelson, and we have 2 shows in Nelson, a matinee and an evening show at the Red Door Theatre in Nelson. So that's our tour. We're getting around like a fair few number of significant, beautiful places in Te Waipounamu.
And in Ōtepoti, we're lucky to be having you at the Globe Theatre.
Yes. I love the Globe. I did a show there my first year of uni at Otago with Joseph Cooper, actually, who I did my theatre degree with, and he's actually coming on tour with us as well as our tech guy.
Yeah.
Which is so sweet. And one of the things I just like deeply love about like the communities that you make in theatre is that like you meet beautiful people and you should really hang on to them if you can. Like he's been overseas working on a cruise ship doing insane tech stuff. And we were like, hey, do you want to come on our little budget tour? And he was like, yes, absolutely, because I love you guys. Yeah. So he's someone I met at the Globe Theatre, and we did a show together.
What was the show that you did, Ella?
We did The Devil and Mr. Mulcahy, which was in like 2018, I want to say.
Okay.
I don't even think that many people saw it that I know, but it was cute, and I met one of my favorite theatre collaborators, Joseph. So yeah.
It's interesting what you say about finding people and holding on to them. Like I've just finished my honours degree in theatre, and all the people I've sort of worked with, you know, they move on. It's like watching you guys and heading up to Wellington and then just following your progress. And I guess that's why I was really pumped to see that you guys were coming back, because it's lovely to reconnect. Because Ella, I was my very first tech job was working on Kuros, I think. And Reva, I think I saw you in the first lunchtime theatre I ever saw. What was that called? It had Sam playing the piano in it. Oh, what was it?
Melancholy
Play. Yeah.
Melancholy Play. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. And then last year, Ella, when we were doing, or was it Playwright? I think it was, we were doing dramaturgy with Amanda. We were looking over one of your scripts, The Dumb Show.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
So even though I haven't seen you guys in ages, I still feel really connected to watch your work, and it's just lovely to think that you're going to be down here to, entertain folks here in Ōtepoti. Who I asked you, who is this audience sort of suitable? Who's your target audience? But you kind of said that you've been surprised by how everyone is kind of gravitating towards it.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I think sometimes there's a thing of like, oh, I'm a fairly young writer. My target audience would be people my age. But honestly, it's not. And I say with this play, I'm like, well, if you've ever like had your heart broken, which I would say is a lot of the population, or if you have any like kind of fears or anxieties about artificial intelligence, which I think is a lot of the population, then like come on down. Yeah, we don't really have a target audience, which anyone, I think. We've had all ages come and enjoy. I think the oldest person I know was my 95-year-old great aunt came. She enjoyed it. We did put an R13 rating on our Fringe season. That's not because there's anything like extremely gratuitous. There's just like some swear words, I think. But
And I think I sort of said, can you describe your show in 3 words?
What words did you go for?
I did electric, funny, gut punching.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I think, those are some solid words.
Yeah. It is a comedy, and I've tried to make that clear because I think some of the posters I made for the first season were like a little too dark, and then people came to the show, and when it was funny, they were like, "Are we allowed to laugh?" But
it's
you are.
It's very funny. Just so there's that out there. It's so funny. It's just punchline after punchline after punchline.
Cool. That must have been quite a job going from a 10-minute reading piece to suddenly, we've got to get an hour done. Take us through that. Are you one of those people who needs downward pressure and a deadline?
Yes. Absolutely. Obviously I wrote this like 10-minute piece because I had the brilliant Nathan Joe and the lovely people at Centrepoint being like, you have a deadline, it's going to be read by actors. And then I was like, man, I'd love to make this a bigger play, but I never will. Wait, let's register for Fringe, and then I will have to. Reva
moved up.
She moved up like
within 3 weeks.
Pretty much immediately, and didn't have a room, was sleeping in my bed with me. This is how we make theatre.
So you were sleeping in the office?
Was just witnessing me like we
were asleep in the office.
It was fully like grassroots situation. And then was just watching me try to finish this play.
Yes.
And every day I was like, okay, here's my idea for the ending. And then we got there. So
Okay, well look, it sounds fab, and we're really excited to have it coming down to Ōtepoti. Is there anything else you'd like to maybe tell us about the show, or do you want us just to really wait and see and just be thrilled when we get to sit in the globe and watch it all happen?
There is quite a few plot twists that I don't want to give away. We have received some audible gasps from the audience, so I don't want to miss out on those. But I think just the one thing I really wanted to say was that like we really love Dunedin and the Dunedin theatre community very deeply, and very much like feeling for you guys, especially with the new announcement about the Performing Arts Centre. And I just think it's disgusting because there's so many beautiful theatre makers down there, and we just really, really treasure the time and the people that we have had and met in Ōtepoti, because like that's where we built everything, and it like absolutely matters to us. And we're not like up here forgetting about it. We talk about it all the time. Literally, that's why we want to come home.
Well, I guess if I could speak to that, because I've been part of some of the groups that have spoken to the council and the Dunedin Theatre Network, and obviously having chats with Stage South and stuff. We're down, but we're not out. And just because the council are being short-sighted, like you say, that there's a real determination here in Ōtepoti to do something about it. And I guess even with you guys speaking about it where you are, just keep the chatter going. That's what we'd say. We're at such a risk of becoming a backwater and not having shows come here. I mean, I look and see what you guys could go to on any given weekend, and I'm just like, oh man, and all for the want of a decent venue. But we're down, but we're not out.
Absolutely. I mean, that was actually the biggest struggle when we were booking the tour.
Yeah.
We managed to find a venue in every town, like even these smaller towns. And Dunedin, our hometown,
was our last.
Pretty big. We were like struggling. We were actually talking about maybe we can't come because we couldn't get a spot anywhere.
No.
Like we looked at all sorts of venues. And then luckily the Globe managed to like squish us in. But we were like, this is terrible. They need a space.
Yeah, we do. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us today on Get In Ōtepoti. And I don't know if you know, but anyone who appears has to look down the camera and say, "Get in, Ōtepoti."
I can do that.
Ready? Go.
Get in, Ōtepoti.
Get in, Dunedin. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in.
Get in.
Get in. Get in.